Hello all. I thought I would make this tutorial because it is something that has helped me immensely with using my riding horse and enjoying my riding horse and using it on roleplay characters and using it on accessory heavy characters. So normally the riding horse is a hell of a lot of attachments. And I love this thing, but sometimes I run out of attachment points and it's just like not cool. So this is a whole bunch of attachment points that have been wasted that I could have used on other things such as accessories or more clothes. And I'm constantly tweaking my avatar, so this is a problem I run into when I'm using my riding horse. However, I solved this issue by linking it all together and making it one object. And this video will go through the process of doing that, and how to make it more efficient, and just like it's really useful to just add an object rather than just having to go through your inventory or add a folder or worry about attachment points. So let's get started. I'm just gonna detach my linked version so you can see, because I'm using the Arabian mod on this character Nim's horse. I have all the parts, all the body parts linked. So, okay, let's go ahead and detach that. And, oh, let me, this is, okay. There we go. So, first we're gonna do is just gonna res out the AO for custom tack or whatever AO you're using. And you're gonna name it something like, I named mine Nim's horse. So this is the AO. This is the animation thing. Don't touch this yet. Just res it out, straighten up the prim. Otherwise it's gonna be a pain later. And then what you're gonna do now is you're gonna start resing out some body parts. So like I have the base warm blood that I need to have with the Arabian mod. And I've res that out. And I'm going to res out the Arabian mod itself. And then I'm going to res out the tattoo layer. And I'm not using the Arabian tail, so I'm not going to res that out, but I'm going to res out the mane and the tail. And what we're going to do here now is we're going to clean up some scripts. So I'm using Firestorm. And what I'm doing to clean up the scripts is I'm mass selecting some pieces. In this case, just the tail, the mane, and the tattoo layer. And I'm going up to build, scripts, remove scripts from selection. And that deletes the scripts. This just reduces the amount of script weight that you're using overall, which is good for if you're role playing. So first we're gonna link all the body parts together. So now that's all linked together. Side note, you cannot use the texture HUD with this method. Don't try. It'll just texture something random on the body and it just is a whole mess up. If you're gonna texture, change the texture on something on the riding horse, you're gonna have to res out a new body or whatever and change the texture for that. That's why I always keep backups of the base body texture thingies. And then after you've changed the texture, you have to res out your linked mess and unlink the old riding horse bodies and link to it the new version. But I will get to that in more detail in a moment. Okay, now that I have the mane and some of the body parts script removed, I'm gonna link this whole amalgamation together. Don't worry about the land impact. Just Make sure you are on a sim that can take it, though. So I would advise going to an empty sim box. Also, please note we're not touching the tail yet, because the tail is where it gets tricky, and I'm actually going to move this over here. So we'll just leave that for now. Okay, so now I'm going to raise out my tack. And I'm using some nice Jinx tack, of course. Shout out to Jalala for making nice stuff. And then I'm going to link all that tack together. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to remove the scripts, just reduce lag for roleplay. You really always want to keep your scripts low, always want to keep your rendering costs as low as possible. And now that we've got the tack linked together, we can link it to the rest of the riding horse. So far we have the body linked, the mane linked, the tack linked, and the last part is the tail and the AO. And right here, this is the AO. And what we're gonna do here now, this is where it gets really tricky and really weird and a real pain in the ass. Especially with the tail. So what we need to do now is, because the AO has to be the root prim. It has to be the root prim, otherwise the riding horse won't work. So what we're going to do is we're going to link this to the tail and then to the root, which is the AO. And then we're going to take this into our inventory and we're going to add it. And see, because everything is rigged, it all just like goes into place nicely, except for the tail. Side note, you will have to attach to groin, otherwise the tail just won't work, because the tail is on the groin attachment point. So as you can see, we have everything attached except for the tail is floating off into space. So we can fix this easily by right-click editing on the riding horse and then just moving until it is correctly placed, not in the middle of the spine. And there you go. And you now have a linked together riding horse, perfect for roleplay. So you can see here, I'm only using 23 attachment points now. The amount of attach points that I was using before I linked together was, let's see here. $31. I was using 8 attachment points. And now I'm only using 1 for the riding horse. And this is something that I have done so far with all of my vaguely role-playing outfits, including the one you've may have seen me running around in. And this outfit is way more attachment heavy, so I absolutely have to use the linked riding horse method. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. So that's why I link my riding horse stuff all together. So as you can see now, I'm only using 31 attachment points with this outfit. Otherwise, I would have been using, okay, let me count this because it's probably going to be ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, a lot. And I would have used up all my attachment points and would have been very sad. Alright, so I really hope this tutorial helped some people, and it's just like really, really useful, and I thought I would share it. So have a good day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, and thank you for watching.